we're gonna do something scary today, and that is wash our down bags. I don't know if this one has ever been washed. This was my summer bag, so this one's probably really disgusting. This one's at least been on the ground, but first thing we're gonna do is open up all of the places where it's cinched together. You want the down to be nice and spread out. Ooh, that is not great. And then we're going to unclip and unzip. There we go. Then we're going to do that to the other two as well. I have this down washing kit from Granger's. It has the soap and then 3 dryer balls. It's got this thing of soap and then these dryer balls, which will be used later. If you have a front loading or a top loading washer without an agitator, you can throw those in the washing machine. I have one with an agitator, so I'm going to do mine in the bathtub. So we're going to fill it up with warm water because this says it works better with 36 Celsius or 86 Fahrenheit. So we're going to fill up the bathtub, put these in, and then pretend we're a washing machine. Then, once you've gotten in there, I don't know if you can see, but it's really puffed up. It does not want to go in the water. We're just going to try and gently mix it around in there. I'm trying to get it waterlogged so it'll actually like sit in the water instead of on top of it, but it's not going very well. It's going a little bit, but not as well as I would have liked. I don't know if you can see, but the water's already a kind of gross color, so it's getting something out of there. I'm going to leave this for about 10 minutes, let it soak, and then come back and rinse it out as well as I can. Forgot to set an alarm for this, so it was actually in here for about 30 minutes. Water looks significantly cleaner on the camera than it does to my eyes. But now we're going to rinse it out. Give it one last swish. Drain this water out. Just gonna take a minute. Next step is to try and smush as much water out as possible. This is gonna make rinsing it out easier. But we want to be really gentle because the fabric is has the ability to rip, and we don't want to do that. After we drain the water, we're then going to fill it up with clean water and swish it around again, try to make sure all the soap is out. So I've drained the water, now I'm doing another squeeze. I'm going to fill it up one more time and see if that gets the water any cleaner. Not seeing that gross layer of film in this one, so I'm going to say it's all washed out. See how clumpy the down's gotten. Squeezed all the water I can out of this. Now I'm going to take it down, put it in the dryer. I don't know if you can tell, but all of the down is like clumped together. So the next step is supposed to redisperse it. Next step is to put it in the dryer. I'm a little worried about it because it's so clumpy, but there we go. Came with these spiky dryer ball things. Got a little bit of weight to them. I'm also gonna throw a few old dryer balls in there just for extra oomph. I don't know how helpful these are gonna be, but it should help bounce stuff around in there. And this has to dry for 1 hour on low heat. That is a lovely noise. I'm worried about it ripping open there because it's still so wet, so I'm gonna leave it out in the sun for a little bit and hope that dries it up enough that I can put it in the dryer and not worry about that. Try to get more of the air out this time. Working at one end and then slowly squeezing up to the other end. That's probably going to clean it up a lot better than the other one did. I watched a video on how to do this in between these two, and this lady was like being very gentle. She's like, be very gentle, be very patient. And of course I'm over here like the fabric, it's heavy when it's wet and it could rip, but also if it does rip from being slightly too rough, I don't know if that's something I really want to have. Of course I could be weakening the stitches by doing that, but I live by if it can't go in the dishwasher or the washing machine or the dryer, then it doesn't belong in my house philosophy. Hopefully this product that I spent a lot of money on can withstand being manhandled just a little bit. Take your wet one very gently. I don't think this is the right end. Okay, this is one end. And this is another end. Okay. Take that and roll it up. This feels, they're still big clumps. You can see. I don't know, sharp what you think. I am going to put it back in the dryer. It's much lighter than it was. I'm gonna come back in 10 minutes and check on it and see if it's still alive. It's horrible noise. Let's see how this guy's doing. Appears to still be in one piece. Okay, I'm gonna put him in for longer and hope that he keeps doing well. This has been soaking for 10 minutes, so I'm going to drain the water off and then start the rinsing process. This one is pretty dry now. I'm going to kick the underquilt out of the dryer so I can use it for this one, because I think this is going to dry a lot better. Put the other one out in the sun for a little bit. Hopefully that'll get some of the water out of it because it was still a little bit wet, but it was doing okay. But this one looks much drier. I don't know if it translates on the camera, but there's a lot less clumps. There's some in here still, but not quite as many as the other one. in there, have fun. One thing I meant to do but forgot was to zip this up. I don't want the zipper getting caught on the fabric and ripping it open. So I'm just going to zip this. This just has a little zipper on it because it's a quilt. I'm going to do up the snap here so it can't come undone. And then leave this in the dryer for a bit. I am not going to include this one in this video. I'm going to make a short with this one instead. So all you have to do is wait for this to dry. It is day 2 of trying to wash and dry my sleeping bags. So this is the underquilt. The little stringy things that hang off it kept getting caught on stuff, so I put it in a bag. The big clumps did not want to dry, so it was still wet. Left it out overnight to dry. And now it's back in the dryer. I have it on low heat because I really want this to dry in the next day, not the next month. I'm gonna open this up, see what the clumps are doing. Well, it's definitely getting there now. The clumps are much better dispersed. And it looks pretty fluffy, but there's still some wet spots in here. Put it back in and then never wash it ever again. I've got my quilt hanging up outside. The footbox dried really well, but then the top just kept getting like twisted up on itself. So I'm probably gonna have to put that in a bag as well, because the middle was absolutely not dry. But hopefully being out in the sun for a little bit will help that, and then I won't have to put it in the dryer for too long. So I have been waiting for these guys to finally dry. This one actually looks significantly fluffier than it was. This one kind of looks flatter. I'm a little concerned about it. But I think they're dry. I spent like 2 days trying to dry them, and then I went away for the weekend and left them out, and I think they feel dry. But anyway, that took so long. I did not enjoy it. I hope this is not the worst video ever. And if you have any tips for making that a less painful experience, I would love to hear them. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.